The predators, they seem to be moving around awful well. And the little fawns, I catch a glimpse of them here and there. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the foothills of the Smoky. Another chapter of As the Ridge Turns. Now, it's a rainy morning here this morning. We've got some pretty good rain. And it's officially summertime now. So it's going to be a hot summer. And the fawns, I've only seen and filmed one this week. I know they're moving around. They just stay in front of the camera. And here at the pond, they're moving around nicely here, and with these good rains we've had, it's helped the pond tremendously. So I want you to relax, enjoy yourself, and let's see what stepped in front of the cameras last week. So let's get at it. Well, up on the ridge, the old deer, they seem awful nervous, but they're moving around. Now there's a fox up on the ridge. During the day, they're moving around. And the does, they're moving around nicely, but I don't see many fawns. I just haven't filmed them anyway. I got one glimpse of one on the camera in a tree. Beautiful little fawns. Maybe I just ain't seeing them. Time will tell. But ain't they so precious? And there's old Yeller out on one of these trails. He's doing some morning hunting on a wet morning. And the turkeys are still pecking around in these woods all year round. And a little wren out in the acorns here. And a little ground squirrel, the chipmunk, still scrounging. Always carrying these nuts, what they can find. And there's a coyote too, during the day. I don't care much for them things. They're hard on these animals. And a little old deer on a wet day, just moseying around. This looks like a yearling here. Last year's pond. And the old fox, he's out making his round during the day, getting an early start, ain't he? It's old Freddy. And there's old Chucky. He's out looking for some scrounging to do. And that squirrel, old Ricky, he's still trying to find a place to hide that hickory from last year, that old walnut. He'll eventually hide it. He just got to say hi. And old Dirty Dan, the only picture I got of him this week, he's going to lay down. And old Ricky, of course, he's on his perch. And down at the pond, see the bucks growing their antlers back nicely. But it's so growed up down here. And the does, they love this place, the deer. All the different choices of grasses and weeds. They love to browse here. Nothing don't run them off. And all little birds, beautiful birds in the background. Now here late in the evening is a rare glimpse of a bobcat doing some hunting on an old dreary day. Doing some hunting. And here the old coon, He's out early off the den trees up on the ridge on a dreary evening, and he's watching. Them coyotes are awful heavy right now. Always watching. But he's got to say hi as he comes through, checking out these cameras. Always curious. And there's some little young skunks going up the rocks. And there's old Wishbone coming down the rocks. And there's old Willie out scrounging around. But that ain't Willie. That's old Sidewinder, his buddy, his sidekick. There's old Wet Willie on a rainy night. There's little old field mice out doing his thing. But there's old Yeller, the one-eyed cat that thinks he's a bobcat. He's watching out for that mouse. And at the tree, looks like Rocky too, chasing a bug. And there's old Willie. He's on Dirty Dan's tree. I wonder if Dirty Dan would like that. And up the rock, there's old Yeller, chasing something, probably a field mouse. Old Rocky coming through, checking things out. That's about it at the rock. Now up here on the trail, you can see old one-eyed Yeller. I've tried 2 or 3 times to catch this cat or make friends with it when I was pulling camera cards, but he wouldn't have it. He likes being where he's at, so I leave him alone. And up on the ridge, there's old Spike coming through. You know that's Spike. And there's old Willie out fooling around. Always checking things out. But I didn't see his buddy Sidewinder with him on this ridge here. And at the pond, business as usual. The coons are in their gourmet dinner here. They love this place. But the weeds is bad. But they don't stick around much tonight. Don't know why, but here's why. The coyotes. They've run them off. These coyotes are awful plentiful. I'd say they're chasing these fawns. And I hope they don't catch them too. Well, come daylight at the pond, little old young bucks out foraging around in these grasses. You can see their antlers is growing back really nice. It won't be long they'll be back up there. Beautiful young deer. And they mosey around all day, these little yearlings and young bucks. But it's time for the squirrels. They're watching out too. They got a lot of animals after them predators. But they go about their business, but they always every few seconds gotta look and see what's watching them. They're nervous. But they're so comical. Always hiding that nut. Beautiful little animals. Well, that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week. Tune in next week. You never know what steps in front of these cameras. So I want to thank you for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.